Planet Earth. It's the only home we have, and we're literally destroying it. Over and over and over. Hundreds of times each and every day for this. The mining of gold is one of the most consistently destructive things the human race is doing to our planet every single day. And I should know, I was part of the problem. You may recognize me from my TV show Jungle Gold on Discovery Channel, where I would go into villages in Africa, buy up land, and bring in heavy equipment to mine for gold, absolutely destroying the land in the process. We would chop down all the trees and blast our way through acres of farmland, leaving it totally unusable to the villagers with contaminated soil so toxic it could never grow food again, all for the sake of a few ounces of gold. Then, one day, I was in a small village in Ghana, and I watched in horror as a local boy we'd hired literally suck raw mercury out of a burlap bag into his mouth as part of the gold separation process. And in that moment, I realized I was responsible for that. I decided right then and there, I just couldn't do it any longer. Since that day, I have been on a mission to right these wrongs. And I believe that what I'm about to share can and will reverse the impact of the mining industry globally for gold, silver, and rare earth metals. I am absolutely convinced this solution has the potential to totally transform the majority of open pit mines forever, and at the same time, give back to the disadvantaged communities where mining has done real damage. Let me share with you a surprising fact about gold mining. For every $100 worth of gold that we mined, we had to pay $80 just to get it out of the ground and turn it into something we could sell. Our profit margins were razor thin, less than 20%, and that's being generous. 80% was spent on buying land, renting heavy equipment, and hiring workers to mine for the gold. All that work and destruction for only $20 per $100 of gold. Here's another fact. The vast majority of the world's supply of gold is never even seen by the people who own it. The gold is pulled out of the darkness of the ground, traded, and immediately buried again in the darkness of a different kind of vault, barely seeing the light of day in between. It's just crazy that after all the back-breaking work and environmental impact, most of the gold is simply transferred from one dark, safe place to another. But what if there was a better way, a safer way? What if we could use modern technology, blockchain technology, to harness the power of gold, but instead of feeling like your gold was safe and secure in a vault in some bank you're never going to visit, what if instead that same gold was just as safe and secure because it was protected, buried in the ground where it belongs? It's a revolutionary concept that's already shifting the way thousands are thinking about gold, and we call it Element. Instead of physically mining for gold, Element goes into countries around the world and purchases gold mines with a commitment to locals that we will protect that land, never allowing physical mining, but instead, the land is mined digitally, using a deep earth scanning barometer to verify the gold deposits without ever breaking the surface of the ground. So the gold stays safely protected, buried beneath the earth where it belongs. Element then digitizes the identified gold deposits, so the value of that gold can then be invested, spent, or otherwise leveraged digitally on the blockchain. The concept of digitizing gold has the potential to end this environmental destruction, end the exploitation of both the land and its people, and also has the potential to end the corruption and hoarding of gold that has become widespread. So how does Element generate the funds to purchase these lands and keep them protected? The project is supported by community members who want to join the mission by purchasing Element's NFTs. Each NFT is unique and tied to a specific gold mine with verified gold deposits. NFTs can then be held in a digital vault or traded on an exchange. The project is also supported by community members who purchase software nodes that make the Element blockchain possible, as their computers are used to verify transactions on the blockchain, such as registering new gold mines, purchasing NFTs, and transferring ownership of those NFTs as they are traded on the blockchain, similar to how gold is traded in the physical world. These nodes also generate digital rewards from the blockchain that are then used to incentivize the behavior of landowners to ensure that they never violate the terms of the protection of their lands. Another huge part of our project is our philanthropic work that gives back to communities still affected by mining of the past and allows farmers to farm their lands rather than mine them. In the next two videos, I'll explain both the NFTs and the node software and show you how participating in our growing community can benefit you, the planet, and millions of people around the world. You know, all that time I spent out there in Ghana, I had this sense of adventure. I had this sense of I can come out and do, you know, the sky was the limit. I was out there searching for gold, and there's this draw that I think all humans have to go out and do that. There are problems that exist out there that we can help solve, real problems in the world.
People need to realize that, and realize that the blockchain is that technology that can change the world, just like the internet was back in the 90s.
The beauty of the blockchain is that it allows everybody to be a big part of what we're doing. Blockchain is changing the world. You guys think that the internet, you know, had some big changes and changed the way business was done, but most people in the know think that blockchain will change the world more than the internet did, which is a really hard thing to comprehend, right? Because you think about how much our world has been changed by the internet, but blockchain is going to change the world as much, if not more, than the internet did. And so now you just have to attach yourself with a project that's solving real world problems. And as you saw in that video, there are major problems in the gold and precious elements field. Element is here to solve a lot of these problems. Now, we're not trying to stop all mining. We understand that mining is critical. So we're not trying to stop mining, but there's a massive problem out there with illegal mining that's harming communities, that's harming environments, fostering corruption within governments. A digital representation of the gold in the ground could be more valuable than the actual gold itself. We've changed the world, and we're on track to do that. We have big ambitions, but guess what? We can't do it without node owners. You all are contributing to that. You're running nodes. When you buy a node, do you realize that we use a lot of those funds to go in and secure these mines, to pay people to stop mining? What we're trying to accomplish are not small things. These are big, ambitious goals that we have. Working with heads of state to digitize their in-ground assets and create a digital representation of those in-ground assets. That's mind-boggling. If we can change the way that people look at gold and look at other precious elements and adopt the digital version, representation, replacement of that in-ground value, this is being done already. We feel that we are pioneers. The people that we've been talking to about this, government level officials, gold miners, are going crazy for this. We're working with companies, that third-party independent companies, that will do random checks on these gold mines to make sure that they're not being mined.
Amazingly, we've had many mine owners and mines we haven't even signed yet that are begging us to be on our element.
Yeah. These are mines all over the world: Central America, Africa, Canada, United States, and
Southeast Asia.
That they are willing to trade their assets in this gold mine or pledge in exchange for a piece of this element ecosystem. And it's been mind-boggling for us.
We have heads of state all over the world that are wanting to meet with us, and we've had some discussions initially with several of them already. And I think this next year is honestly, Scott, going to be amazing, because we've got so much happening with the mines, with the governments.
For us, it gives us, not only we talk about these mine owners and these governments wanting to give us their assets, that gives us confidence. The real confidence that I think a lot of people should take from this is the incredible technology that's going to be supporting this entire ecosystem. This isn't a couple dudes in their basement that just came up with an algorithm. This is a 50,000 square foot building with a couple hundred, nerds, and we use that term, affectionately.
Lovingly,
who have much bigger brains than we do. When we go live, this is This is a blockchain with longevity, with stability, that's gonna reward you for years and years to come. We've had so many people buy nodes just by walking through the office.
Yeah.
They walk through this office, you know, Chris mentioned snacks. We got like basically a convenience store inside the office, but that's not why people buy. People don't buy for a free cookie. People buy because they meet Tom and they meet the devs working hard, and they see just hundreds of workstations set up, and they see that this is legitimate, that this is real. And like Chris said in the beginning, we invite you, if anybody wants to come over and visit us in the office, come on out. We'll show you, we'll walk through, you know, Tom will buy you lunch. And we can show you that what we're working on is something special.
We are creating a browser game, right? And it's built fun first, right? And what I mean by that is there's a lot of play to earn or crypto games that exist. And more often than not, these games are built to make sure that crypto functionality works within it. And then once we figure that out, we'll make it fun. For us, it's like, no, this is built fun first. It's meant to be something that you enjoy and can experience. It's a fun game, but you're also gonna be able to earn digital, reward. And I kind of talked about the free to play and how that's really important. And we wanted to start as a browser game because we wanted anyone, anywhere in the world to participate.
Love it.
Right? We've talked about how on this, Zoom right now, there's people from, over 30 different countries. With a lot of play to earn games, there's really kind of a big investment that needs to go in up front, right? We're talking hundreds, sometimes a couple $1,000s to be able to participate in this game and experience this. Price is like, no, we want everyone to be able to play it. If you want to get an NFT, that does have a price to it, but it's a small price to be able to enter this and play to earn, start getting some actual Element digital reward. In this game, you're going to be able to earn Element digital reward by plugging in your NFT. And from those digital rewards, we're going to connect it to the Element United marketplace, where you can get things like awesome merchandise, this cool Element shirt that I'm wearing, right? I think Tom and I were matching earlier.
Yeah.
As well as additional NFTs and gold, real gold. Game for gold.
Is that you can play this game and actually earn physical gold. Come on, that is unheard of. That is the ultimate play to earn. Have you ever heard something like that? So do we have the minds? Yes. Do we have the technology? Yes. Do we have the first versions of our NFTs and games? Yes. Did you want to just give a brief what we can expect for node holders?
Node holders are really kind of built the other pillars of being able to do the good things that we do, right? And so whether it's this collection or a specific custom collection just for them, where they can, not have to buy it, but get airdropped these cool NFTs that can do awesome things. That's a really big thing for us as a priority.
Some of you are asking, Scott, aren't we trying to stop mining, but then you're encouraging us to play these games and earning physical gold?
Right.
I think we should address that really quickly. We talk about the node as an incentive. It's an incentive for these gold miners to stop mining, but we are also working with active gold mines and giving them the incentive of nodes or cash or rewards. So that
what if they're going to mine responsibly?
Yeah, mine
right?
responsibly. We're able to incentivize mines to do it right, because again, we're not trying to stop all mining. We're trying to stop harmful, illegal, exploitative mining. So the mines that we're working with that are mining responsibly, we buy their gold. We like to refer to the node as a digital pickaxe. You're mining digitally within this ecosystem, and you can be rewarded with actual physical gold.
How do you get that digital reward though? Can you go buy it right now, or because that's a question we get?
No, we're not doing what's called in the business an ICO, which is an initial coin offering. That is not what we do. In the beginning, the only way to get this reward is to earn it. You earn it by buying a node.
Once the nodes are live, they will be able to start earning digital rewards.
Because you are the blockchain, you are the system, and you're going to be rewarded for that.
One of the powerful things about Element United is we're making an impact right now. I said, will the mines partner with us? Yes. And what is the impact? We can actually show how much metric tons of carbon is being reduced today. So those of you that bought a node and got participating, you're making an impact. We are literally reducing carbon being released into the atmosphere as a result of this project and the mines that have partnered with us. So we're really excited about that, and we wanted to put some data behind that. And so that's what this report is really showing. We're also looking at the carbon offsets. There are carbon offsets and carbon credits. And so there are things involved here that can bring revenue and be a source of further development for our project. So we're still exploring how this can fit into things. But yeah, that's something that I really wanted to cover with you is the offset is happening. So it's about 63,000. I have another slide somewhere I'll show in a second after we do the thing, but I like seeing the equivalence of what that means. And so I'll show you here in a minute, like, well, how many acres of forest is saved, how many cars not on the road is saved. So we're really proud of this, and we want people to know that we're already making an impact. We're not even live yet, a node's not even turned on, and we are already making an impact in the environment, and that's huge. You just don't get to see that a lot in a pre-launch, that you can actually start to make an impact on your vision. If you're a cautious person and you want to really go through the checklist, that's kind of what I did there. And so it's like, can Element get mines to partner with us? We've answered that yes. Can we actually do something to impact the environment now? The answer is yes. Do we have NFTs and games with the development team that are in development? Yes. Do we have our core system, the Element software, ready to deploy? Yes. Right? And then do we have anyone buying nodes? Just during this presentation here, I have a little feed here showing we've already had some people purchase some nodes, so thank you. So we also didn't know if people would even buy a node. Is anyone even going to want to participate with this? And we've had thousands of nodes internationally sold in pre-sales.
If anybody's familiar with how nodes work, there is always an increase over time of a node price. Some of the companies that you guys may be familiar with that we had some association with, the node right now is about $118,000 US. 118,000, and they started about where we are. I hope you guys gained a little bit more confidence in our team. We hope you see the vision. That's why we started off with the vision of helping people, helping ourselves by helping other people. And that's really what we call a win-win. And there aren't many true win-wins out there.
Well, that was a lot of information, wasn't it? I hope you are as enthusiastic as I am. Below this video you will find more info. Feel free to visit the Discord to ask questions. If you like to buy an Element node, you can use the link below. Thanks for watching.